Hi everyone, my name is Giovanna Proença and today we're going to talk about C with Scratch, and in this case we're going to learn more about functions. So if you want to get the solution to this problem and also an ebook on how to become a developer in 2021, click on the description below. So here I'm not going to focus on Scratch, okay, we already have the blocks in here. And the idea is to understand how to build functions in C language, okay? So basically first, let's see what is happening here in Scratch. So we have when green flag clicked and we call the function hello. So now let's take a look at what the function hello does. So the function hello is defined here and it says repeat 10 times and say hello in every iteration. So if you click in here, it's going to say hello 10 times. Okay, so let's start here in C. So remember, we're going to start including the library stdio.h, and we're going to start our int main void function. Okay, so this is kind of the main idea of the function. Okay, but now we have to think, how can we create a function outside the main? So for this, I suggest you to take a look at lecture 1 on CS50 notes, okay? And if you take a look in here, when we conventionally, our main function should be the first function in our program, so we need a few more lines. So in here, the main function is the first function in our program. So when we want to create a new function, so it turns out that we need to declare our created function first with a prototype before we use it in main, and actually define it after. The compiler reads our source code from top to bottom, so it needs to know that our created function will exist later in the file. So basically, take a look at this example. We have the inclusion of stdio.h. Here we have the prototype that he was talking about. So we are saying to the compiler that, oh, I am creating a function that will be defined after the main. Here is the main function, and if you take a look in the main, we're calling the function, okay, inside the main. And after the main we have what? So after the main we have the definition of the function, okay? So when we create a function in C language, we have to do these 3 steps. So the prototype, call the function inside the main, and then define the function outside the main, after the main, okay? So let's first create here the prototype. So the type of our function will be void, okay, because it's not returning anything. It's going to print hello itself. So it's going to be print void hello. Hello is the name of our function, and the parameter will be void. So we're not passing any parameter. Okay, so this is the prototype, and we have to finish with a semicolon. After int main void, we're going to define the function hello. So here we have to say again void, the type of the function, okay, the name of the function that it's hello, and void that it's the argument. And now we're going to do this part here inside this part here of the code, the definition. So what are we doing inside the hello? We are doing 10 repetition and we're saying hello. So in here we're going to do basically the same. So we're going to do for I. So for int I equals to 0, I less than 10, so we're going to do 10 repetitions, okay? I plus plus. If you don't know how to use loops, take a look at the video that we made explaining how to do it, okay? And in every iteration, we're going to print hello, okay? And to go to the next line. So by now, what do we have? We have the prototype that the CS50 notes explain to us. So we have the prototype, the definition of the function, but it's missing what? One more step, that it's calling the function inside the main. So here we have to call our function. And we don't need to put the type again, we just say hello, the name of the function, and the argument. Since the argument is void, so we don't need to pass anything in here. And close with a semicolon, okay? So let's do make p. So it's compiling, and now let's put a breakpoint so you can understand what happens. So debug 50 p, and let's see what happens in here. So basically this is the debugger. It did help us to run our file so we know what is happening in our code, okay? And basically let's wait a second until it understand what is happening here. So okay, so we are on line 7 and we're calling the function hello. So when we call the function hello, we're going to enter in the function hello in here. So if we click step into, now we enter in the function hello. Here we're doing a for loop, okay? So we're going to initialize a variable I equals to 0, and we're going to print hello. And now we're going to print hello 10 times, okay? So let's print hello 10 times. And then we come back to the main to finish the code, okay? Now, so this problem here we're working with a void argument, okay? So now we're going to work with a different function. So now we have an input, okay? Because the first as example that we did, we have no input, it was a void, okay? But now we have an input that it's an int called n, and we're going to repeat n times. We're not going to repeat 10 times anymore. We're going to repeat n times, okay? So how can we do this? Basically, we're going to change here the void, that is the argument, for an int n, okay? So since we change it here, we have to change here as well, so int n. And this n is going to handle the for loop, okay? So we're not going to do 10 repetitions anymore. We're going to repeat n times. So we're going to put here n, okay? So now we're missing one more thing because we already changed here the input for n, but we have to change the way that we're calling the function. So before we were calling the function just with hello, okay? But now we're calling the function with this number 3 here. So we have to put a number. I'm going to use 3 again, okay? And if we take a look, so make p, clear, and debug 50p. So let's see what happens. So we're calling the function hello in here, and we're passing 3 as argument, okay? When we click step into, if you take a look, now this n here has a value, and the value is 3. Why 3? Because it's taking this value that we pass it as argument. Now we're going to start our iteration, but in here we're just going to do 3 iterations because we put here n equals to 3. So we're going to print hello 3 times, and now we're done. When we finish the hello function, we come back to the main, and now we're going to get out of the main and finish our code, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this content, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.